Hello. Wow. No, I'm gonna hold the camera in my crutch, and then I can still go like this, and I can still roast the marshmallows, and I'm not gonna edit any of this out. People are gonna exactly know how the filmmaking is done.
I'm gonna get my marshmallow in there.
Okay, can yours reach? There you go.
Don't touch mine.
I can. See, you got like the good spot though. I'm gonna go right beside. Yeah. Look at that. You can barely even see Dexter.
I know.
Are you camouflage? Hello, sit. Oh, there you are. Hi. Okay, so we definitely need better lights in here. Look, it's not a treat, it's a light. It's a light. No. It's a light. Let's see the shelf. Oh, look at that shelf. Look at all those books. Look at all that dog. We gotta play. What are we playing? We got the GameCube.
We got Multipass, Roadkill, Soul Calibur 2,
Ooh.
or Mario Party 4 or 6. I vote Mario Party.
I had a funny feeling. We got a shitty old TV. We got the Blue Eddie down there. You know, I guess I haven't really done a tour, so I waited until it was dark. Here's definitely not an $8 toaster oven from Value Village. We got a mini fridge. Our sophisticated water dispensary system. You press thing, water come out. I guess that's mostly it. Oh, and a fan. That's my biggest fan. You get it? So, yeah, we got, it's like, you know, you put the panel in the front window. It's like pretty cozy, you know?
So much room for activities.
So much room. Oh, yeah. Dexter loves the bus. We've run into a slight issue. Dexter is used to sleeping on the little cot in here while I've been working on the bus. And now that I am laying on the cot, he wants me to get up. We're roughing it out here in the camper. You know, super rough and difficult out here. No creature comforts, you know. This is some pretty aggressive camping. What do you think, Dexter? Oh, he's asleep. Okay, we got the GameCube. We got the boy. No, stay. You stay there. He
is involved now.
Okay, you're now involved. Okay, good. So, we're using... Actually, the wattage went down quite a bit. This initially drew like 1200 amps, which was pretty crazy. But now that it's starting to heat up, it's not too bad. But we're baking cookies. Because, you know, science. How long do you bake the cookies? No one can see anything. This is great. I'm a good YouTuber. Okay. That's slightly better. Okay. We are... How long does that say? Comment down below how long that says. It's dark. Wait. Does 10 minutes sound right? I don't know. We'll see what happens in 10 minutes. That feels right. Okay, this guy dinged. What are we thinking? They look a little underdone. I can't tell if that's good or not. No, that's pretty doughy. That's pretty doughy. Okay, we're gonna put that back in there. For, I don't know, that, for that many. Oh yeah. Now, can I do this one-handed? Probably. gonna let those cool so we don't die. And let that cool off. They smelted a little. Cookies. I smoked the tires all the way down.
Oh, you get it fast.
I smoked the tires the whole way down. If you can't be fast, be fabulous. I think it was John Force who said that. I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm pretty sure that's a David Freiberger quote.
No, I think it predates David Freiberger. David Freiberger might have got it from John Force. Somebody took my cot.
You're just getting all their stone.
That bitch. Alright. You know what? That was a lot of fun. Sometimes adventure can be in your own backyard. Odessa went inside because obviously the sleeping accommodation's not great in here. But Dexter's going to tough it out with me. And yeah. We're still at 50% on the Blue Eddy, and that's even with us like baking cookies and running the GameCube for like probably 2.5 hours. So, and that's still assuming that we're not going to get any solar by the morning, which we definitely will. And I'm just going to run the fans and the fridge tonight. So it's saying like 16.5 or 17 hours if we don't get any charge. So once we get panels up on the roof, I'm hoping that it'll basically be, doesn't really matter how much power we use. We should be in good shape. But yeah, I think I'm going to start editing this video and call it a night. And I think we're going to make something for breakfast in the morning. So I guess you'll just have to wait and see. Good morning, Mr. Dexter. Oh, that was a big gun. The sun's out. It's about, I think, almost 9 o'clock in the morning. We have, I think, about 30-ish % left in the Blue Eddy, but the nice thing is the sun's out now, so now we're charging as much as the fridge is using. I was just looking at the app, and yeah, I think slowly gonna wake up here. Well, I'm gonna slowly wake up. Dexter's not quite ready yet. Now, we got 2 panels on the ground, and they're working really well. But the idea is to get about 5 of them up on the roof. You know, little jank. But hey, we're testing. Let's get some windows open here. I need some life in here. I love these blackout curtains, but they are pitch black, for sure. We got our Blue Eddy down here. Not sponsored, but honestly, I'm pretty impressed with it. Mini fridge, toaster oven. This is just like a $50 camping sink off Amazon. A lot of this stuff isn't staying. We're gonna make a We're gonna make a version 2
but I wanted to see what's like the bare minimum you could get away with and still be relatively comfortable camping. So the big thing, you can go ahead. Hey, come here. You know, perfect actor. So the big thing we're getting rid of is this camping cot. We're going to have a regular bed in here. We're going to do kind of a cabin theme. You know, a lot of wood in here. But we might keep this cot because somebody has claimed it. But we're not going to sleep on these. Let's face it. We want a real bed in here. This sleeping cot last night was a little bit rough. Perfect for him. Not so much for us. This sink setup, I mean, the sink itself is obviously going. And this table, I mean, you can't keep it clean. It's like really porous. It's not really meant to be like a cooking thing. The foot pump I actually don't mind. You know, like if we have like an actual water tank and an actual gray water tank, I don't mind using a foot pump. We probably don't need much past that. The mini fridge will probably stay too. Obviously, we want to get like some actual cabinets in here. There's no storage. And with that, you end up just sort of piling things up. This is the solar panel that the Blue Eddy came with. And it's a great panel if you lay it out in direct sunlight. I thought, or at least I hoped, that if the bus was pointing in a way where the sun would hit the windshield, that it would charge while having the solar panels not be outside. They don't. They don't charge. Now, it's a nice sun visor, but it's kind of an expensive sun visor. So this will still be kept, you know, if you're out at the racetrack and you need to take a power source with you and charge it. Still super convenient. But I think we're going to try to make some breakfast. What do you think, Dexter? Did you like camping in the bus? Man, a few words. So, we got a little induction cooktop. I brought some more goodies. I believe we are charging. Yep, we're getting 128 watts in. Hi, Dexter. Thank you. And we're only using 55 watts, so we are currently charging, even though we're still running things. So that'll go down once we fire things up. But, you know, it's pretty early in the day, and most people, they need enough power to run breakfast, keep the fridge running full time, and then, you know, you're out doing things for the day at that point. And at that point, it can just charge. So Jessica's got all of her books. We got the GameCube. That was a lot of fun last night. We ran that for a while. It only used maybe 50 or 60 watts of power continuously to like run all the TV and the games. And we were charging cell phones and stuff too. So honestly, this thing's pretty sweet. For anyone curious, it's the AC200L. I don't know why I'm plugging them. I did pay for it. But honestly, you know, you can build a battery system for less than these if you want to hard mount something in. But for us, you know, we take this out, we put it in the house, I take it to buddies' places and plug stuff in if we don't have power. The ability to just be able to pick it up and just go and have, you know, reasonable power. Again, like there's plenty of tutorials online of where you can build a system yourself. But if you're someone like me, and electronics isn't a hobby for you, I think they're worthwhile. And they make smaller ones too, so you can kind of, you know, make it work. Somebody's not quite ready to get up yet. So, let's make some breakfast. Well, I thought it would be fun. Well, one, I wanted to cook in here anyway. Not that I'm, 40 feet from my actual house. But I thought it would be fun to cook something. And I'm thinking biscuits and gravy. To me, that just seems like kind of a camping thing. And I've never made it before. But we have everything we should need, hopefully. We got some canned biscuits, sausage, butter. I mixed all the spices, flour, salt, pepper, all that stuff pre-mixed. We got my old school porcelain, porcelain pot here. And we got some milk. And I've never made this before. We will see how this goes. Okay, that's almost browned up. We're gonna get our biscuits in here. I have not tried to run 2 cooking sources in here yet. So we will see how it goes. And I also did not read the instructions, which means we will be, let's say it together, winging it. So that's turned on. This is going. This was pulling about 600 watts. Yeah. If we bring you guys down here, we're now like 1900 watts. This toaster oven uses a ton of power. This cooktop's really efficient, surprisingly. But not so much on the toaster oven, which means, you know, obviously we have solar coming in right now. It will recharge. And I'm in my backyard, like, you know. If I got to run an extension cord out here, I can. But we're really, really going to want more solar on the roof of this. Because obviously, you know, you don't want to run out of power in the middle of nowhere. Like I said earlier, you know, usually you cook your breakfast, as long as there's like 10 or 20% left in, you know, that's enough to run the fridge. We've got lots of solar coming in. It's first thing in the morning. By the time you come back here for lunch, you're probably going to be most of the way charged anyway. But this is kind of why we wanted to do this in the backyard. I just wanted to see if all this stuff would work, you know? Does the solar charge efficiently? How many panels should we have on the roof? Currently we have 500 watts of solar panels that are putting out, let me see, 173 watts. So, obviously getting those panels on the roof is going to be pretty important because, you know, I don't think on the ground they're as efficient as they could be. And we obviously don't have enough panels. This can run 1200 watts of solar, which would basically keep us charged all the time. It would be perfect. So I think we want to try to get as close to that as we can. So 5 or 6 panels will probably be good. So I'm going to get this out of here because we really just wanted the fat out of this sausage so that we could make a roux. Well, the second you lift the pan, it turns off. I've never used a induction heater, so this is quite interesting. I'm going to turn this down. Probably making way too much. Odessa's vegetarian and sleeping in. So, I can't imagine she's going to have any of this. I'll make her something later. But we're just going to do a little bit more butter so that we can make a roux here. And I've also never made this, and I didn't look up the recipe, because, to be honest, like, I kind of don't believe in that, you know? Like, life is hard. Sometimes you just have to wing it. I turned down the fridge last night, just so it would use less power, and my water bottle's still iced up, so... Clearly, we can still turn that down even more and save even more power. This is flour and some of our spices. You know, salt, pepper. I threw some paprika in it, but I mean, I don't think that's traditional. We're just going to make our roux here. Already smells amazing in here. I've got the little fan in the window exhausting out right now. Maybe a little more. I probably should have just got like a salt and pepper shaker instead of pre-mixing it in. I am not the greatest camper who's ever lived. I will forget something. Basically guaranteed. If you're looking for measurements on this, it's exactly that much. It's funny, this is kind of calling back to my pumpkin cheesecake video I made with power tools in the shop at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Maybe we need to do more cooking videos. I don't know. I like cooking. You've seen me. You know I like cooking. Let's be serious. So, that... Yeah, I probably put way too much paprika in it, but you know what? I like paprika, so it works out well. And we're going to do some milk. I think you're supposed to use cream, but if I bought a 2-liter thing of heavy cream, I wouldn't use any of it, so, you know. Yeah, even the ice in the milk, as I was pouring it out, I could feel it. So, yeah, we have the fridge too cold. But, again, that's why we test. We'll let that thicken up. And then we'll throw our sausage back in there. We'll give that a try. You know, somebody just started smelling something cooking. He was just sunbathing. Oh, what's that? Hey, no. Go on your bed. Oh, yeah. We're on a tight ship around here. Go on your bed. Go ahead. You're so polite. You're so polite, aren't you? Yeah. You're a good boy. Yep, probably too much paprika. But it looks good. Oh yeah. Yeah. Get out of here, sir. Ah, wait. Can you guys see me? Okay. This was fun. This was really fun. One thing I'm now learning, running 2 heat sources in here, it's now hot in here. Granted, let's face it, I'm going to go back out to the shop. But I'm a believer of 2 things. One, you should test something and try it before it's in its final form. Because sometimes you don't even know if, what you're improving, 1, needs to be improved. Or 2, if it even matters. Sometimes you spend energy on something that doesn't matter. And you could have spent energy on something that does. So for me, one of the big ones, I was trying to figure out how to get like a really good sink system in here. You know, water pump, the whole thing, hot water, cold water. I'm kind of fine with the foot pump sink. I would like a better sink. But I don't know. I mean, we'll have a bigger water tank in here and, you know, a bigger gray water tank. But it's fine. Like, I mean, you know, usually you're drinking drinks out of the fridge anyway. You know, you only need enough water to clean stuff. And I don't know. It's one of those areas that I thought was super important and definitely isn't. Bed. Need a better bed. This bed sucks. Dexter loves it, but the bed sucks. The little induction cooktop and the toaster oven. Wow, I feel disgusting. I need to go inside and also have a shower, which we will not be putting in this bus. But the cooktops worked really good and were really, really fast. I learned very quickly, induction cooktops, you need a magnetic pot on it. I had multiple camping pots out here. All of them are stainless. None of them would work on it, which was interesting. I feel like I knew that, but for some reason it didn't clue in. Air conditioning. I'm open to anyone in the comments. I know a lot of people use like mini splits in the bus. This is a 12-foot space. I don't know if that's going to be important for a space this small. We're obviously not going to cool the back where the car is going to be. But again, I'm really curious what people say. The window fans work really, really well. It got very cold in here last night at about 3 o'clock in the morning. So I went and got like a second blanket. Maybe that's cheating. The mini fridge is like a decent size, and honestly it pulls very little amperage. So again, that one we'll probably keep. We really want to do wood flooring in here, and probably wood on the ceiling and walls as well. We're kind of looking like spooky cabin in the woods vibe. It's kind of the goal. I haven't even tried this yet. Let's see. It is nice to have a toaster oven. You know, you can bake stuff. It draws a crazy amount of amperage. The induction stove, you could use it all day. You know, especially if it's turned down low. That toaster oven, it's like 1,500 watts. You know, and that's not even turned up. Yeah, that's pretty good. See, the nice thing about not looking up any recipes, if it works out, you get to take all the credit. The bad thing is, I have no recipe to give you. So, I don't know, paprika, salt, pepper, flour. It's a lot of fun. And honestly, like, we only go racing a few times a year. We're excited to use this camping too. One thing I didn't assume, we just like hanging out in here. Like, the buses kind of became a clubhouse. Didn't see that one coming. But honestly, I could see us, you know, board game nights, having friends over, playing the GameCube. It's just kind of chill. It's funny. Like, when you're out here, it feels like you're out in the middle of nowhere, even though the bus is in my backyard. It's really bizarre. I think sometimes we think you gotta go far. It's like, you know, oh, we gotta do like a cross-country road trip, or we gotta, you know, go to, you know, fly overseas, but adventure can be in your backyard. You know what, like, I highly recommend, like, on a work day, like, make it inconvenient. Set up a tent in your backyard, sleep in it, cook out in it, and then wake up and go to work. Because honestly, like, I think you just kind of need some adventure every once in a while. And I'm a firm believer in just doing something for the sake of it being interesting. I don't know why I decided to do this last night. We talked about doing something eventually. And then I just kind of said, screw it, we're going camping tonight. And, you know, the weather was supposed to be crappy, and it was supposed to rain, and it was beautiful, and it's hot and sunny out now. You can't plan your life around the forecast. He absolutely loves it out here, too. This is kind of jokingly started to be called Dexter's bus. He's a very good boy. The Blue Eddy, I think we got down to like maybe 19% while cooking. As soon as you fire up that toaster oven, it just drops fast. I think that's why a lot of people use like the big external batteries. But honestly, looking at it now, a couple of hours, it's going to be well over 60-70%. Which, if you're out doing stuff and you come back in for lunch, it's going to be charged enough for you to cook your lunch, Like, I'm curious if there's, like, really small, like, window AC units that fit a bus. Maybe you could run something like that at a really, really low, amount, and it wouldn't drain the battery bad. Also, I mean, we're running 2 panels, and we're probably going to have 6 on the roof. So, if it's charging in a couple of hours now off of 2, we should be laughing for power. So, yeah, do something interesting. Go camping in your backyard. So, get out there, do something. And I'm going to eat breakfast. See ya.